Good evening, students.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, very good evening. Shall we start or should we wait for 2 3 minutes? We are waiting 2 3 minutes and we are going to start today's discussion. Okay, so be there only.
Sir, I have a query from that. Can I ask? Excuse me, sir.
Please wait. Wait, please wait.
Okay, sir.
Yes, let us start with the query of Kavita. Yes, please, Kavita.
सर जैसे ये सेशन हमारा है पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन डिप्लोमा प्री प्राइमरी एजुकेशन
Hmm.
एवरी डे वी हैव अटेंड दिस सेशन इवनिंग 6 to 8, 14, 15, 16 to same time.
Yes,
Okay, sir, we discussing MES 081.
8-1 today
Okay,
and,
sir. Thank you.
and all 4 days. Next
Okay,
four
sir.
days, the program, sorry, course code will be differ. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I think
Thank you, sir.
schedule has already been shared with all of you. So be
Yes, sir.
prepared, get prepared with your blogs and all. Okay,
Okay,
because I am not going to teach as conventional mode. We will discuss only whatever you have query and whatever you have doubt. Otherwise, I will give some brief about the course code, particular course code. Okay.
okay, thank you, sir.
So, can we have a little introduction? You people are from which RC and which place, and presently what you are doing? Are you a fresher or teaching somewhere? So Kavita first.
Okay, sir,
What is
I
your
am
subject?
Kavita Thakur. I am teaching in a Shri Guru Govind Singh Ji Collegiate Public School.
Where?
Shri Guru Govind Singh Ji Collegiate Public School, Sector 26, as a
Chandigarh.
PRT teacher.
Chandigarh.
Chandigarh, yes, sir.
Okay. Supriya Yadav.
Hi, good evening, sir. Sir, I am a complete fresher. I haven't taught in any school yet. I am a complete fresher, but I have experience in like corporate job. So this is my first time for this course.
No problem. Welcome. Okay. Shreya. Shreya Dhal. Are you able to speak? Ismat. Ismat Alia Siddiqui.
Yes, sir. My name is myself Ishmat Ali Siddiqui, and I'm teaching in MS Creative School, Mojpur, Delhi.
Okay. Delhi. Natasha. You are from where?
Good evening, sir. I'm from Goa, teaching in Little Thinkers Nursery.
Nursery. Okay. You have little idea about pre-primary education.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good. Jashira Nasreen.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
I am Jyotika. I am from Port Blair, Andaman. I am a fresher.
You are from Port Blair.
Yes.
Okay. So Anamika Kumari. Anamika, are you able to speak?
Yeah,
Yeah, welcome, please. You are from where?
Mysore.
Mysore. Are you in teaching primary education or taken admission as a
नहीं फर्स्ट एडमिशन
fresh admission? Okay, welcome. Juhi Sen Gupta.
Good evening, sir. I am from Delhi.
Okay,
I am a fresher, sir.
okay, good. No issue. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Shijo Jose.
Hi, sir. I'm from Dubai. My name is Liz, actually.
Okay,
I'm joining from Dubai. I was working earlier in some schools in Dubai, but currently I'm not working.
so presently you are where? In India or
I'm
Dubai?
in Dubai. I'm
What is,
joining from Dubai.
what is the exact time there?
It's 4:38 p.m.
4:30 p.m.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Then who is next? Shreya Dhal is not able to speak. Okay, welcome to all. Thank you. Have you read your study material or have you received your study material or not till now?
Sir, I have received it. The study
So
material I have
have
received.
you gone through?
Little bit, sir. Not fully.
Shreya Dhal, yes, little bit. Are you facing some particular issues or shall we start some little discussion based on little PPT? See, this postgraduate diploma in pre-primary education is basically divided in four courses: MES 081, MES 082, MES 083, MES 084, and MES 085. MES 081 to 084 are totally theory based. To complete these four courses, you have to submit your assignment and has to appear in your term and examination. Whereas that MES 085 is a kind of practicum or kind of project base, and assignments are also there, but no need to appear for term and examination for MES 085. 081 I will discuss from 13 to this Thursday, that will come on 16. If anything will change, then we will discuss. I will share during the session. We may change little bit time or little bit date. We will discuss later on. So today I will try to try to discuss this MES 081, and that is block 1. So I'm sharing a very small PPT just to take overview of that MES 081. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Readable also?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is MES 081, and in this particular block there are 5 units, unit 1, unit 2 up to unit 5. So we will take little brief introduction about the blocks. Is it moving?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay, thank you. So in unit first, we will discuss basically the meaning and nature of education. What is the meaning of education and what kind of nature of education? Secondly, what are the scopes of education? And third, what is the nature of particular that we are going to discuss, that is childhood education. So what is the nature of that early childhood education? And the last but not least, the goals of early, what are the goals of early childhood care and education? So that we will cover in unit first, but I'm not going into the depth. If you have any issue, any doubt, you may discuss in the coming session. That is, if you have any issues, any questions of today's session, so you may ask in the tomorrow session. And if you have any if you need any more clarification, then you may ask in next coming session. Okay. So let us first, what is education? Most of who are practicing as a teacher, whether they are primary teacher or they are pre-primary teacher, nursery teacher or elementary teachers. So most of are aware what is education. If we go for the meaning of education by word, that education is derived from Latin word educare. And if we divide the edu care in two words, that edu plus care, that means to nourish the child, whatever the child having the quality, just to nourish the child, bring out whatever the quality and whatever the intelligence and whatever the quality among the child. So that is the role of education, to bring up and to lead out as a leader. That is the role of education, to inculcate the values among the students so that he or she may lead the whatever he is heading. He may be the leader, he may be the teacher, in future he may be the engineer. So the leading quality should be developed, and that is the role of education. The draw out, that learner should be able, and that is the role of education, to create the child or to make able the child that he or she may draw out the things perspective, that may be the future perspective, and that may be the based on his or her past experience. Finally, if we go the word meaning of education, that the word meaning of education is the bring the knowledge which is already involved, which is already available within the child, and it is the role of education that quality, that intelligence, that knowledge, that even the particular behavior that should be come out, and that who will bring that attributes from the child, that is the role of education. So leading the child out of dark into the light means हम जो if I go the word meaning in Hindi, बच्चे को अंधेरे से प्रकाश की तरफ ले जाने का जो काम करता है, that is education. So the most important role of education is that the leading the child out of darken into the light. So this is the basic meaning of education. Next is this education is defined by many thinkers. Some are Indian, some are from the Western. If we talk about the Indian thinkers, that may be the Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda also defined what is the education. Sri Aurobindo has also defined what is the education and what is the role of education in the child life or for the future development of the child. Rabindranath Tagore is the one of more important thinker or educator who has also given the definition. So my suggestion is please go through the text and try to read the definitions given by these Indian thinkers. Mahatma Gandhi is also there. I'm just giving a simple introduction. Swami Vivekananda said that education is that who make the child kind of just wait. There is a call. Yes, who make the human ideal. Arvindo is on the same line. Rabindranath Tagore is also giving the example that if the teacher is not having some ideal conditions or is not idealistic, then he cannot make his or her child idealistic. But Mahatma Gandhi has given some different kind of definition of education, because he said that basically he has opinion of kind of craft and kind of this skills. So he has different purview about the education. That education is who brings the change in the child in term of work, in term of their skills, in term of their hand and their organs activities. So this is the kind of ideology of Indian thinkers. Just go through the material. If we talk about Western thinker having a different kind of opinion about the education and their role in the life of children. Socrates, Aristotle, Froebel is the most naturalist. The Rousseau is also a kind of naturalist, and Albert Einstein, he is the great scientist. So these are some, as per your syllabus, these are some Indian philosopher who has given the definition of education, and some are from Western culture. In Western culture, I think two names, Rousseau and Froebel, are most important. So please try to go through the material and try to read these two thinkers from Western culture. The next, there are various meaning of education. One may be the broader and one may be the narrower. Broader means the role of education to bring the child dependent, the role of education to bring the child be self confident, to bring the child to be the self motivated. These are the broader means बच्चे में जितने भी all round development. The role of education is all round development of child. As far as a narrow meaning of education, that means the change of behavior among the child is because of education only. So whatever is change, whatever is behavioral change among the child, and that is because of education. So these are the different approach of education. That may be the broader approach and that may be the narrow approach. So next, what is the nature of education? Basically, there are various kind of nature of education as we studied and we will discuss today. See, education is a process. Means it is a long life process. It start from even from before the birth, prenatal stage, and goes up to the end of life. So education is a continuous process. It is never ended process. The second is education is bipolar process. Bipolar means one is the education and second is the object. So what has to be attained by the child and what to be taught by the teachers to attain that object by the child. The third is the tripolar. Tripolar means there are, yes, education is there, but there are some aims, and to achieve that aims there are some objectives. So if we make or draw the triangle, and one corner write education and second is aims and third is objective. So education, Froebel is given this tripolar rules or tripolar concept, that education is a tripolar process. The next is education is product. As we are aware that education is never ended process, lifelong process. So whatever we learn, we can take as a product. Because if we learn mathematics, that mathematics is our product, that we can use that product in our day-to-day life, even our in social life, or even in when we are going to a shop, then we can use that mathematics. So whatever we are achieving or child is achieving, that is being considered as a product. We discussed that education is a modification of behavior. Yes, the most important role of education is to modify or to change the behavior of the child. Education is a kind of development. Yes, it is a continuous process. And if we count mathematically, then first learner achieve primary level, sorry, pre-primary level, then primary level, then elementary level, then secondary level, then senior secondary. These are kind of developed. It is not end anywhere. It goes up to the life. So education is kind of direction. Yes, education provide the direction to the child, and what is the wrong direction and what is the right direction. So it provides the direction to the child. Education is a guidance. Yes, even learner, Rousseau said, if the learner is going to the fire, don't stop. If he or she will feel the fire or heat of the fire, then automatically he will escape them or escape himself or herself from the fire. So he will learn automatically. But there are many criticisms. But here yes, education is a guidance. Learners self-guided by getting the education. Education also taught the child that what is the adjustment. Learners learn the adjustment because of education. And the next is the education is a social science. When we talk about the education, then yes, we talk about the learner individual, we talk about the family, we talk about the society, as well as we talk about the nation. So education is a social science. The scope of education. See, first scope of the education is training in citizenship. Wherever we are residing, whether we are Indian or residing in any country, so the education system of that particular country always provide the syllabus or curriculum to make or to taught the citizenship by the birth. Even our case, that education system always provide the kind of proud that we are Indian. Everywhere we learn the kind of training of citizenship. The next is facilitate the social development. You must have seen even in family, then we always guide our child that they are your elders, they are your siblings, they are your brother, they are your sister. So accordingly, they respect, they love, and they adjust with the family members, society members, and even in the neighbors also. Open new avenue of knowledge. So education is not having kind of boundary, it is total open. The everyday, because of education we invent many new things. We Our scientists, our learners having the more enthusiasm and more scope to learn new technology, new skills, and new education. So this is the role of education. Spread awareness, yes, because of education, the learner, whether he or she is child, get aware about themselves, about society, about the subjects what he or she is going to read, whether it is mathematics, science, and all. He get aware about even all about the world, all about this atmosphere, environment. So that create the awareness. Education create the awareness among the children. And the most important is education help the child in decision making. We will discuss how the education help the child in the decision making. When you will yourself will study some child, then you will see that how child is making the decision for the particular query and particular challenge, and you all will see by doing your project of MES 085. Next, you all are aware what are the level of education. Very much aware that first is a pre-primary that we are going to discuss. Although we will discuss primary and secondary level also in our coming sessions, but the most focus will be on pre-primary education. And pre-primary deals birth to UKG and prep. Even that will be not wrong that pre-primary education start from prenatal stage, means before birth education starts, and you must have learned that the examples of Abhimanyu. That is the case of history, but this is fact. Yes, the learner start learning from the prenatal stage. The second is primary education. It start from first class to first standard to fifth standard. Elementary is 6 to 8, and we many time we call that first to 8 is also comes under the elementary education, secondary 9 to 10, second and then senior secondary 11 12th, and the tertiary education is known as higher education onward, then bachelor's, master up to the PhD and DLit level. That comes under the tertiary education. So these are the level of education. But we will focus mainly on this pre-primary, and that is also known as preschool education system. If you have gone through the new education policy, that many recommendations has been given for this preschool education. Before NEP 2020, you must aware that new education policy having some important role even in the Indian education system. That is the policy that came after the 34 years. You know, the last education policy was came in 1986, and today new education policy 2020 just after 34 years. Although some amendments has been done, like program of action in 1992, and others like Right to Education Act was also came into the existence. So, but the education policy came just after 34 years. So this is the very important. Why it is important? Because it has given the main stress or main focus on pre-school education. Before new education policy 2020, your pre-education was not proper legalized, but through the new education policy, now the pre-primary education or preschool education is fully legalized, and there are planning of government to have or to establish the more and more institutions to educate the child up to the pre-primary level, so that our national building will be strengthened, and we can see the future of India, as we are assuming that by 2047, then we will be in the queue, or we will be the developed country, and that is possible. The complete follow-up or complete acceptance of new education policy by the all Indians, whether they are teacher, whether they are parents, and whether they are a child. So that can happen only because of the preschool education, because that is the base of education system. So this is not preschool education although is not a new concept. Many Eastern philosopher, teacher, educator has given thrust on preschool education, and the Plato stress upon education for young child 2000 year ago. Just see the example that how old pre-education, preschool education is there. Even in India, you must be aware that although we have not any proper document and proper witness, but if we go Mahabharat Kal and Ramayana Kal, so pre-education system was exist that time also. So Comenius also given his opinion and his stress on infant education at home under the support of a mother. He was in opinion that learner can learn new things at home, but that should be uh, the support and should be the under the monitoring of mother, because mother is the first teacher of child. You all should be agreed that this mother has been considered as the first teacher of the child, because the child interact most of the time in preschool education and that from birth to 3 to 6 years, he or she interact most of the time with mother. Whatever mother wants to teach the child, she always used to. So mother is the first teacher of the child. So next is Robert Owen, founded infant school in Scotland in 18th century. Rousseau was also, in opinion of kind of naturalistic aspect and naturalistic philosophy. Child education in the lap of nature means he always believed and he always advocated that child education should be given in the lap of nature. So whatever is going, I have just given example, although many criticism was also there. Everything cannot be learned in the lap of nature. Many things has to be learned from the society, from the even school system, and from the mother also. Froebel in 19th century, Froebel started basically some kindergarten school. You must have heard that kindergarten means the garden of child, बच्चों का बगीचा. तो बच्चों का बगीचा was founded by this Froebel in 19th century. Basically, kindergarten schools were kind of modern preschools, where the child go to the school and sit in the classroom, and with the discussion of teacher, he or she learn new things in the classroom. Thereafter, Maria Montessori in early 20th century started preschools in Italy, named in Casa de Bambini, means the house of children. But these house of children, because Maria Montessori has also experimented in India also with our Indian leaders. That will just next. Yes. So in early 20th century, Maria Montessori came into the India in near about 1940 and started number of preschools. But in Italy, the name was different. But in India, the name as Montessori School means his or on her name. She has given the this pre-modern school like Montessori School, but that was started in first in India in big cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta, like that. So, but the trained teacher, the most important things was that the trained teachers of trained a number of teachers in Montessori systems of teaching means she has appointed teachers for pre childhood education, but she trained also then how to teach these group of children, because they are having a very small and very specific age. They are very keen to learn, but they has to be nurtured. They have to be cared. So the proper training was given by Maria Montessori before allowing the teachers into the classroom. So, but there were two people who helped the Maria Montessori in India. That was the Giju Bhai Badheka and Tara Bhai Modak. But because both Gujarati people, this Gijubhai Badera and Tarabai Modak, influenced by Dr. Montessori. But that was not alone done by Gijubhai and this Tarabai, because Mahatma Gandhi has also supported to Maria Montessori, as he was also in opinion to promote the pre-basic education in India through voluntary efforts. So because help of Mahatma Gandhi and many other leaders like Gijubhai and Tarabai, she could success in India by having Montessori school. That was the kind of modern preschools. Yes, so let us talk about the what our Indian Education Commission that came into the 1964. and that is known as also Kothari Commission, and that is the most important commission of India. Although the first commission was the kind of this Mudaliar Ayog, but Mudaliar Ayog was the pre-independence commission that came into the 1952. But after the independence of India, the first commission, education commission, was the Kothari Commission, and the chairman of that commission was D.S. Kothari. With his team, he drafted a big document. So, what are the recommendations of that document that is known as Kothari Commission or Indian Education Commission 1964 to 1966? What are the specific, what were the important recommendations of regarding preschool education in India as per the commission? So first recommendation was that to develop good habits and skills in the children which are necessary in day-to-day life, like where he or she is dressing, where he or she is eating, where he or she is washing his hand, clothes and all. है ना? So proper cleaning toilet habits should also be developed among the child. So that was the first recommendation of the Kothari Commission. The next was that to develop the social attributes and manners for healthy group participation. As I said, if the child is playing with their mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, brother and sister, then he or she should behave accordingly. His behavior or her behavior should not be equal with all, because some are their father, some are their brothers, some are their sister. So proper attributes, proper social attributes should be developed among the child. That was the next recommendation of the commission. The third, to develop the emotional maturity to express and understand the feelings. It is not true that the child is behaving herself or himself as per their own choice and wisdom. No, he should express, he should understand the feelings of other. For example, if the child is playing by ball within the group, then he should not be play with the ball alone. Yes, he or she should pass the ball to others, because others are also waiting for their chance. To encourage aesthetic appreciation, yes, the learner should understand then what is the inner beauty of the child. So he or she should be encouraged the aesthetic appreciation. What is good, what is bad, what is ugly, what is kind of beautiful. So that has to be developed among the child to stimulate the beginning of intellectual curiosity to understand the world in which the child lives. Yes, that should be developed in the child, whether like he or she is a citizen of India, he or she lives in which state, he or she lives in which district, and what is the name of his taluka and district and all. So that all should be developed among the child. Even the world atmosphere, world, environment. So that the kind of where is the India, and if is India is alone on the earth, or many other countries are also survive. So little bit information should be given to the child about the world. To foster new interest through experiments. So child should be motivated to learn the new knowledge through the experiments, like you will also learn that the child how child use their uh, cognitive development, like he's using the paper, he's using the some broken toys to make the new product. By cutting the paper, he or she can make flowers. By coloring, by counting the numbers. So these comes on because of new experiment. If you are giving two or three this glass balls or some stone and just count how many these stones are. So this is the kind of new knowledge, and he or she is taking interest by adding, subtracting, multiplication, and all to encourage independence and creativity of self-expression of the child. Yes, it is important because every child is creative, having the creativity, and they express self that what is the important about the child. Just wait. Hello. Yes. So the many recommendations given by this Kothari Commission to develop the child ability and the clear speech, to develop the good physique, adequate muscular and the basic motor skills in the child. Next. So these are the basic. These were the basic recommendations of Kothari Commissions. The next is development area in preschool education. So there are some core areas like physical, social, and emotional development that should be developed in the preschool education. Physical, you are aware, then every child should be healthy. Their hand, legs, and their body structure should be healthy. The next is social. Then he or she should be aware the social relation and the social aesthetic sense, and as well as the emotional development. This is the responsibility and this is the duty of the preschool education, and that all these capabilities, physical, social, and emotional development should be developed all the children by the education. So as a teacher, either you and me and all of us uh, should be aware. Then these are the some core areas. The next is communication, language, and literacy. Yes, this is the fact that all areas cannot be developed in a single child. The every child have their unique capability, unique quality, but as a teacher, we have to understand what are the core areas of development. Communication, language, and literacy. Then learners should be able to communicate their own things. If he or she should not be more shy, although these are the quality of child that he or she may be the extrovert or introvert. But as a teacher, we should give proper confidence or motivate the student. Then he or she should communicate their own issues to the teachers and to the family members and to the society. Mathematical development, this is the most important because the mathematics in daily life, every person used to mathematics. So this mathematical capability, the mathematical attribute should also be developed. The creative development, you will also the experiment that every child is creative and they used to create many new things, even in the family, even in the classroom, even in the society. And last, as we have already discussed, the understanding of the word. So it is the teacher, it is a duty or responsibility of the teacher to make aware the child, even the family. The family or the mother is the first teacher of the child. So the proper understanding should be given to the child about the word, where we lives and what is the word, and what is the other this component of word, kind of atmosphere and kind of this water, sky, and all awareness should be given to the child. So these are the core areas that should be developed within the child in preschool education system. Next. Yes. Early childhood care and education. See, There many development has been done in the past. It is just it is just little introduction of that. That shift from preschool towards early childhood care and education. Earlier it was known as preschool, now it is known as early childhood care and education after the independence. So this is the new things. Before independence, this education comes under the preschool. Now it is known as early childhood care and education. The next important development was the setting of Central Social Welfare Board in 1953 to provide the grant in aid to voluntary bodies, means whosoever wants to establish the preschool institution, so they can get help or they can grant in aid from Central Social Welfare Board. Many other NGOs are also working in the NGOs and government sectors are also working to support the early childhood care education in India, like reproductive child health, that is RCH scheme under the Department of Health and Family Welfare, and very common, very known, that integrated child development services, CDS. You must have known that Anganwadi workers, they provide the early child care education uh, in the villages, that also comes under the ICDS. So early child care education aims to provide care and education to child from birth till 6 years age, which includes informal education. So there are some stages of early child care and education. As I discussed, briefly discussed in my previous talk, that is, as I said, that education starts from prenatal stage. So that early childhood care education has stages like prenatal education from conception to birth, then postnatal education from birth to 2.5 year, and pre-nursery education from 2.5 years, 2.5 years to 4 years. The next is pre-primary education. Is that pre-primary education means that we are dealing, that is comes from 4 to 6 years. Means prenatal education, it is a role of family and society. Postnatal also the role of family, because in that particular time after birth to 2.5 year, child lives within the family and most of the time with his or her mother. Pre-nursery school, that they may get some school and all uh, kind of support, then 2.5 to 4 years. And the pre-primary education, where the child goes to the schools to learn under the supervision, under the monitoring of the teacher, that is actually 4 to 6 years. The first two stages are very crucial for healthy growth of the child. So this is important because this is the base of the Indian education system. So pre-nursery and pre-primary education, these are the main thrust should be given by the teachers or as well as the government, that these stages have been considered as a crucial stage by our Indian philosopher as well as this education system. So last three stages are also important for readiness of 3 years and all-round development of the child. Yes, because this birth to 6 year, basically 0 to 6 year. This is the important age where students learn 3 hours. Are you aware what is 3 hours? Reading, writing, and arithmetic, means mathematics. So these three important qualities developed in the 0 to 6 years. So these three stages are most important. Similarly, we divide the stages of early childhood care education into four stages. First is conception to birth, second is birth to 2.5 year, The third is 2.5 to 4 years, and the last pre-primary education is 4 to 6 years. After 6 year, after 6 year, primary education starts. Next. So, what are the significance of early childhood care education? You know, the proper growth and development of every child care and education are essential. This early childhood care education help the children in all around development like physical, psychomotor, emotional and all. Further, it is also significant for universalization of elementary education. If the child is not being nurtured in previous 4 stages, then child will not develop, child will not get proper education in primary or secondary education. So early childhood care education support children's survival, growth, development and learning, including health, nutrition, hygiene, cognitive, social, physical and emotional development. Means this early childhood education is important for all round development of child. Next, some are important objectives of early child care education. I just taken from your screenshot from your study material, because although I have discussed this in previous slides, it is just similar to the recommendation of Kothari commissions to develop the child healthy physique, muscular coordination, to develop the child good health habits, to develop the desirable social attributes, social attitudes, manners, to develop emotional maturity, to encourage aesthetic appreciation. These all are from Kothari commissions. The early child care education activities Anganwadis. If you have seen the Anganwadi centers, what kind of activities are being done, you would be aware that provision of supplementary nutrition to the child. Not only Anganwadi worker provide the education and provide the knowledge to the child, they also provide the supplementary nutrition to the child by giving healthy food in the lunch time or in the study time. Proper health checkup, providing the nutrition and health education to the mothers also, developing the children for primary education schools, learning activities like they also tell the student like stories, singing, recital, and how to color, what are the kind of shape, and even the recognition when what is the meaning of groups and individuals, even forming. They also inculcate the good habits among the child like washing hands, sharing the things to each other. So these all activities has been dealt by the Anganwadi workers in Anganwadi centers. And this Anganwadi center is the most important sector or most important support to the education system as far as early child care education is concerned. There are some are national goals for early child care education. You must have learned that there are some constitutional provisions, some are government provision. Article 21A provide the right to all the children for free and compulsory education up to the age of 14 years. Article 45 also gives the right to the children, all children. They should get equal opportunity for education. And you must are aware that Right to Education Act 2009 also advocate that free and compulsory education should be given to all the child up to the elementary education. So means 0 to 8 standard, or you must say that you may say that 0 to 14 years age. Early childhood care education and education commission in India, as I said, the first education system came in pre-independence in 1952. That was the name was, what was the name? This I forget. Although I told you. Okay. The second, after the independence, the first commission was the Indian education system, which was came in 1964. That was the chairman was the Kothari Commission. On his name, that was the Kothari Commission. That national policy on education, 1986, and thereafter the program of action POA was came into the 1992, means blackboard, how to use the blackboard, how to use the chalk, walk and talk, means the operation of this blackboard was introduced uh, in all schools by the recommendation of program of action 1992. And you are right now you are living under the umbrella of new recommendation of new education policy 2020. So first, 1952 commission was known as Mudaliar Ayog. So early, the even in India after the independence, we are having every 5 year plan, and in every 5 year plan, there are some specific, some important targets, some achievements, and some recommendations. In every 5 years, you will study in your study material because since independence to till date, each 5 year plan talk about which recommendation and what was the target and how much we Indian has achieved and what has to be achieved and what is our current GR, like that. This was the main focus or main thrust of every 5 year plan. So please go through in detail. If you face any problem, we'll discuss tomorrow. So the most important, the right to education and preschool education. The Right to Education Act was came in 2009 and was came into the force from 1st April 2010, and advocate means RT Act 2009 Act advocate free and compulsory education to every child 6 to 14 years as provided by the Article 21A of Indian Constitutions. But the main problem or the main issue is RTE Act is that 0 to 6 years not been included. The next is Article 45 says that state shall endeavor to provide early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. Even if you combine together, means Article 45 advocate 0 to 6 years education system or education planning for the child, and RT 2009 advocate 6 to 14 years. If we add together, it is the state responsibility to provide education to the child from the birth to the up to the age of 14 to every child without having any differences and any geographical things. Next is, so this was the unit first. So let us take 1 and 2 minutes. We will discuss the next unit. And the questions will be taken in the last. So just wait 1 minute so that I can take my water. Yes. So second unit talks about the education for national development. In this unit, we will try to discuss that what are the dimensions of national development and what is the relation between education and national development, special reference to preschool education, and what is the role of education in national development, and what are the importance of preschool education in national empowerment. So quickly, we go through the national, sorry, education is national development. So meaning of national development, you all are aware, means national development means to develop the youth, trained youth, educated youth for the national achievements. So that comes under the national development. So broad indicators of national developments, what are the dimensions of national development and their relations to education, means economic dimensions, the political dimensions, social dimensions, cultural dimensions, and that all need to invest in education for national development. National development and school education system we will discuss in our next slides. Education, you know, the education is an agency for social change and its progress, because whatever change comes under a society, that because of education system. So education has a threefold role in play in relation to social progress. The first is to conserve as far as possible all the good aspect of cultural and social heritage, to adjust to changing situations, to create a new system of education for social progress. These are the three key factors related to social progress, and that comes under the childhood care education. Education helps in transformation of societies. How education system helps to the society for transformation of their heritage from one generation to next generation. What it is, education helps in realizing the ideals of democracy, secularism, national integration. Education helps in better process of agriculture, in industrialization, in becoming as a kind of information based society, and further the transferring the knowledge from one end to second end. So to develop the knowledge society, education is expected to change the value system of the pupil and reconstruct it in the context of current need of the society. You must have seen the decade, every decade the value system change as per the need of the society, thus create in pupil an urge for social change. Education provides necessary training in skill and thus produce the manpower which is really required for national development for the particular specialized job, like industrial, like business, like agriculture, like education and research establishment. So you must have seen that in education there are various streams where students can opt. But as far as the new education policy system, that students can go one stream to another stream. That is the further demands other discussion that we will discuss later. So education is considered to be an important mean of assisting pupil in critical thinking necessary for social reform. It makes us aware of our weakness and overcomes them. So that is because of education. And every teacher, either you, as you and me and others, should be aware what are the transformation of education system. You know, the education is important for empowerment, whether it is human empowerment, whether it is women empowerment, or the child empowerment. So empowerments include the following capability: what it is, the ability to make decision about their personal or collective circumstances, the ability to access information and resource for decision making, ability to consider a range of options from which to choose, ability to exercise assertiveness in collective decision making, having positive thinking about the ability to make changes, ability for improving personal or collective circumstances. So these are the some basic and some focus attributes that has to be developed for empowerment. The next is involving one positive self-image, involving in the growth process and change that is never ending and self-initiative. And the last but not least, increasing one's ability for creative thinking to sort out right and wrong things. Education for empowerment, national empowerment becomes a reality through the attainment of the following. Means uh, when we talk empowerment, then empowerments include economic development. It includes also the development of science technology. It also include the development of human resources. It also include the progress of human and weaker section of society. Then next is eradication of corruptions. This is the most important if we want to for the empowerment society. This corruption and this immoral act has also be screened. And next is strengthening of education system. Yes, it is empowerment is possible because of strengthening the education system, and the whole empowerment or whatever we say that the national development is depend on education or the strong education system. So, what is the next? Yes, empowerment and early childhood education. That is our main focus. So, a child, while attaining the preschool or other centers like Anganwadi centers or other even kindergartens or Maria, this Frobel, this kindergartens and Montessori schools, whatever is the name, providing early child care education and preschool education. So learn social skills. So this is the basic role of early childhood care education, that learner should be able to learn the social skills by interacting with teachers, peers, even the family members as well as the society members. Preschool education and early childhood care education leads to the empowerment of all children, and especially of those who are living in the remote areas or belongs to marginalized group. This national empowerment is directly related to the national development. Yes, it is fact, because the even the nationals are empowered. Definitely, the national development will have some place like developing to developed country. So, a sound education system will lead to national empowerment, and this begins with the endeavors to provide sound preschool system. Yes, so this, as I said, even in my previous discussion, that preschool is the base of whole education system. If the child is empowered in this particular stage through the mother's education, through the society education, then the Anganwadi education, or the pre-primary or primary school system, then the kind of building of education of the particular child will be the beautiful. So, a preschool education is the base of all kind of education. What is the next? So this is from my side, because today is the Monday. I am little bit tired. We will discuss in detail tomorrow. Whatever you have question, please keep in mind. If right now you are free. The floor is for you. Anyone, please?
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Good
Yeah,
evening.
sir, I have done one doubt when we are having exam in June. So
Mhm.
the all the chapters till block 5 will be in this exam.
See, kindly see your schedule. Me and other academic counselors will try to complete your whole syllabus before June term and examination. I think this is a 1 and 2 month counseling sessions. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, the most important activity that you all have to do, that write assignment in time. I think probably in March 2025. But the most important activity, please start after these sessions. Please start for preparation of this your project, that is MES 085. Means kind of activity based activity of child. Then you will write some case study, some uh, development study of the child as per your syllabus and course demand.
Okay,
Be
sir.
in touch, be in touch. We will not let you in dark. We will discuss. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank
But
you.
but the things is, please try to be attentive daily. Okay, there may be some cases that you people are not able to attend for a particular day. And one more thing, if this is the advice, but I think that should be given in the last, means if anyone left, and you will be given some other kind of support by your regional center as well as study center. So thank you. Have a nice day and happy what is Makar Sankranti and all.
Pilori.
Happy Lori.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Thank you,
Good day,
sir.
good
Have
day
a
and
nice
good
day,
night
sir.
to all.
Have a good
Okay.
day. Good
Bye.
night.
Oh,
Bye bye.